women's team as a whole, if you look at our roster, is not very large, but it is filled with talent. We are going to score more points as a whole at conference this year. As long as people stay healthy and injury-free, we should score more than we did last year, even with the graduates of last year scoring some big points. But those newcomers that and we do have several newcomers, but four that really stand out. We have the two transfers in Jasmine Clonch and Lauren Fouch. Jasmine is just doing phenomenal things in the jumps right now. She broke both indoor school records in the long jump and the triple jump for us. No doubt she will have the outdoor school records as soon as she competes outdoors. She's going to qualify for nationals next weekend in the indoors in long jump and triple jump. Has a chance to be All-American in both. Who knows how high she might get in that. So I think it's safe to say that come outdoors she's going to dominate the jumps as well. And she toys with high jump also, so and maybe even some sprints. So she's going to be a big point getter across the board. Lauren, our thrower, as equally as Jasmine's going to dominate in the jumps, Lauren's going to dominate in the throws. I mean, she's just a phenomenally strong young woman, passionate about the sport and what she does, has major goals to be on the national stage outdoor herself. So very excited to watch her dominate come the spring. Then we have Callie Gormley. She's a hurdler, she's a jumper, she's a 17-plus foot long jumper, one of the better hurdlers we've had in a long time, broke our indoor hurdles record. She's going to do some big things come the outdoor season as well. And then Majo, she is just on fire. She is so talented, has been, I think, a bit underdeveloped in high school and is working well with our sprint staff, and she's going to make some noise, I think, not just on the conference scene come this spring, but on the national scene as well.
No, I think they're phenomenal. I got to personally bond with Majo at the last track meet at Wittenberg. We ran the 4x4 together, and she's just great. And to see them breaking records and supporting each other as sprinters, but then also cheering on the distance runners and vice versa, has been really awesome to see. So I think everything with them fitting in is going really well.
I think every freshman brings a lot of energy and positivity to the team this year, especially. Every new member that we're adding, and for the 4x1, I'm the only returning person, so it's great to see that there's good energy and excitement as we head into this season, and hopefully we can do something really good with that. I think the jumps have a lot of depth, and I think the freshmen and the new girls added to the team give a lot of depth to our sprinting as well. I think all areas have improved, honestly. Many people think that track and field's a very individual sport, but that's not true. I mean, we rely so heavily on each other to get through each event. We rely on the support and just getting the energy and seeing all the results from each other just to do well in every single event. It's a long day, but it's a great one at the end of the day. And so just establishing that team dynamic that's positive and good, and that will go a long way for the season and for the years to come.
We're all really close. I mean, the cross-country team and distance track has always been a really close, bonded team, more like a family. But this year especially, we've been warming up and cooling down together and doing all of our easy runs, and just it's been a really supportive dynamic, and it's been really awesome to support, as a senior, to support these younger girls and show them the legacy that they've inherited.
The senior girls, the distance girls that graduated last year, Allison, Hallie, Amelia, and Madison, it was a big hit. Thankfully, we do have several returners in Megan and Nora, Catherine, that were also big-time scorers for us last year at conference, including some returners coming back that have really stepped up their game, and then a freshman class that's pretty phenomenal. So I truly don't look for us to take a step back in the distance. I think we can make actually strides forward with what we have going on. Our conference is strong in distance, but we did come out in the fall and win another title with a very young group, and we hope to dominate the distances again this spring.
I'm really excited to have a normal track and field season. Going through the meets with COVID, and it was always like you couldn't have spectators, you couldn't have your family and friends there to support you. I think it'll be really refreshing to have the community come out wherever we are to support us and watch us run and do what we love to do.
I am so excited. I just, racing is difficult and painful often, but I'm just really excited to be able to have good competition, and I'm really excited to see what we can do come the end of April for conference. I really want it. I would love to go out with a conference championship for Coach, her first one, but I think we've lacked in sort of the field elements, and we've lacked depth on the sprinter side. We've always had really deep numbers on the distance side, so I'm really excited to see what that will do. And we have maybe not as much depth on the distance side anymore, but we have so much talent. So we may be being like entered in more races at conference, but I think it's going to be super exciting to see and very, very possible, which I'm looking forward to.
We've always had good coaches, but we've been short on coaches. All of the coaches I've had in the past before these new hires, we've just been stretched to the limits as our teams have grown and become more competitive. So having a coach to coach every event, to specialize in every event, it's a first for us, but it's amazing. It's a young group of guys in here. They're all very knowledgeable. We're all good athletes in their time. They can all teach. Just because you're a good athlete in your time doesn't mean you're a good teacher, but I'm very blessed to have coaches that were both. So they're teaching our athletes. They're bringing our team together like it's never been able to be brought together before. Our athletes are getting more individualized attention than they've been able to get in the past with such a shortened staff. So it's only going to do great things for us as far as helping us on the recruiting front. It won't help us as much this year because they were hired late, but moving into next year, watch out because we're gonna load up pretty heavily, and I've got the staff to help do it, and we're hitting the road pretty hard. So the future is bright and it's exciting, and I'm just very happy to be in the position that I am as a head coach to have that kind of help.